Let's talk about the law of non-resistance. This is a universal law, and many people relate it to abundance, but it really can help in so many different aspects of life. The law of non-resistance states that whatever we resist persists. Okay. So whatever it is that we resist in our life keeps coming up. So when it comes to joint pain, when it comes to stress, frustration, bitterness, oftentimes the root is related to trying to resist something and the resistance aspect is completely taking over our lives and causing quite the imbalance in our overall bodies and minds and hearts and emotions and spirituality. So, if you deal with anxiety at all, if you deal with tension in your joints at all, if you deal with stress at all, if you deal with things outside of your control that just seem to eat you alive, this exercise today that I'm going to teach you is super simple, straightforward, and it works tremendously. Let me show you how it goes. So, what we want to do is we want to release resistance to anything, okay? But let's pick, okay? Let's pick the top things that you resist, okay? And what does resistance look like? This looks like anything you feel the need to control in your life. What is it that you feel the need to control? Is it a need to control your body image, your weight management, your relationship with somebody? Is it a need to control your money to the point you panic and dread spending anything or receiving anything? So all of these different areas can be affected. The point is, anytime we try to control something, let's talk about it. Okay, if you tighten your grip on something, you actually stop the energy from flowing to that thing. So let's say you want money, okay? And you're holding so tight on money and how you're spending it and all of these things to the point where money just isn't flowing. Not much is coming in, and maybe a lot is going out, maybe not, but there's just not an even amount of flow. And that's the problem. Non-resistance pushes back energy so it can't flow. Okay. And so what we want to do is we want to create an open channel where anything good is possible, and we can just open that door and really give the rest, the stuff outside of our control, to God. So here are the steps. Number one, I want you to write out by hand or typing, whichever works best for you. Write out the aspect of your life where you feel the need to control. Okay, because that's a constant source of stress. Is it controlling your sleep? Is it controlling your schedule? Is it controlling your diet? What is it controlling, right? So I want you to write down just a few items, maybe if there's some off the top of your head, but for this example, we are just going to pick one. Okay, you can do this as many times as you want for all the other things that you have resistance against, so just take the top one that you're most interested in, just releasing not all resistance toward that, so you can be in a space of non-resistance. And I'll show you why and how it works. But just take that one item, and I want you to write it down at the top and just write your name, non-resistance exercise for, and then whatever it is you choose, write that down. Okay, so the first one is, after you've written that down, what you're going to do is you're going to write all your raw and real feelings towards that specific thing. Okay, so if it is related to money and money not flowing in, ideas that might come into your mind related to money and why you have to control that, might be something to write down. What would happen if you lost control over that? What would happen? How does keeping a control on it also affect your life, maybe negatively? I want you to just write down all the raw and real feelings that come to your mind related to this. So we are doing the money one, it could be, if whenever I spend money, I feel bad. And you could also write something like, receiving money makes me feel guilty because I should have worked harder for that, or whatever it is. Just your thoughts on that. You can pause this video if you want, or you can just take these notes and just run with it later. So I will keep going, but you can pause it if you need to. So that is after you've written down what you're going to do. The first one is writing down all your feelings related to it, negative feelings and ways that it's impacting your life negatively. Just all the brain chatter that's going on related to this, because we're literally just letting go of all resistance relating to it so it can flow. So write down whatever it is that comes to your mind that's worth writing down, that you can just like let go. And then we're going to move on to the second part. Okay. All right. So the second part related to all of this, after you've written all of it down, is to choose what positive things you want to experience with this particular thing. So in the example of money, we could think, money flows to me so easily. As soon as I spend money, there's more money coming in. Money flows to me easily, effortlessly, beautifully. I gladly embrace money, knowing of all the good I can do with it. Just affirmations that come to you that just make you feel better about money in a very uplifting and good way. So very positively, like I support my family with this money, or I bless my family's life. I bless my life with this. I bless the lives of others with the money because I'm able to use it for this and this and this, right? So that totally changes the tune of money. So write those down as step number 2. So whatever affirmations, whatever feelings you desire to feel about that thing, I want you to write it down. Okay, that's step number 2. All right, you can pause this if you want. We will move on to step number 3. Step number 3 is the letting go of resistance to God. Okay, so now that we've gotten all the things that aren't working for you and all the things you do want working for you with this particular thing, then you can literally just take it all and just give it to God. And literally let your heart, your mind, wherever that resistance is in your body, just flow out. Just give up that resistance. Say, I don't want to be in charge of this anymore. God, I want you to take it, because you are going to do so much more good with this than I can even imagine. Okay. So just give that non-resistance up to God, up to the universe. Just let it go and let God handle it. Just like release it from your body to God, to the universe, to make a wonderful scenario. Okay, that's step number 3. And you can tap it out. Say, I'm releasing all the non-resistance related to this. You can tap, you can just breathe it out. You can bounce a little bit, just letting it all go. If it's in your shoulders or, your neck, you can loosen it up. Whatever releasing methodology works for you, use it. Just let it. Just let it literally, like that's non-resistance. We just let it flow, let it go. And so the final and 4th step is for you to write down or say out loud. I like to write it down, but write it down or say it out loud or say it multiple times to yourself in your head. Say something like, God, I don't have any idea how you are going to make this work, but I'm excited to see you make this work for me. And then give that to God too. and just be excited for however it is that God is going to work that out for you. It's a beautiful process. And if you do this on a regular basis, you could be like me and just do like in one day, clear out like the 6 major ones that were at the top of my head. And then, go, occasionally after that, or just when something really triggers you, schedule the time and space in your calendar at the end of the day or the next day or whenever it is to really just release the resistance related to that. Because the more space we have of non-resistance, the more we actually let energy flow effortlessly and easy to us. And that just opens the door for so many possibilities. And then when those possibilities come, we know that they're from God, and it just nurtures that relationship, and it helps us feel so much more connected to the divine. And it also helps remind us that like God really cares and he's really listening to our thoughts and our prayers, and it really is a beautiful thing. So I hope that's helpful. Use it as many times as you want. This is such a good and easy exercise, so I will go over the steps one more time. So the first step is, well, after you've identified what it is that you want to release resistance to, then step number one is you are going to start writing down all the negative ways that this has influenced you. And you might even write down some of like the negative kickbacks you get that like put you on a high, like, an adrenaline rush. Like, this is not good for me, but it gives me this adrenaline rush. So it's kind of good. No, let go of that too, because we don't want to run off adrenaline. That's where anxiety comes in. And so, even write down those kickbacks you get from that non-resistance. And so write all of that down. And then the second part is writing down the positive affirmations, how you truly want to feel about that thing. What is it you want to feel on a regular basis about it? How does the energy flow to you? Is it easy? Is it wonderful? Is it smooth? Is it ongoing? Is it rushing? Whatever. I just want you to write down what it is that you want to feel about that specific thing. And then I want you to give it all to God. Okay. Give all that negative to God so that he can transmute it. Give all of the positives to God so he can help make it happen. And just give it all to God to hold. So you don't have to have any resistance towards it. God's got it. And then the final one is writing down or saying out loud or saying multiple times in your head, God, I don't know how you're going to make this work, but I am looking forward to how you're going to make it happen and watching how that all unfolds. And leaving that and giving that to God as well. And truly just breathing out. I don't need to control this anymore. I don't need to let this run my life. The energy can go and it can flow, and God's got this, so I don't have to. So anyway, I hope this is helpful for you. I love this. It's incredible how much this works. So if this is a tool that you want to employ to bring in more abundance to your life in a specific way, clearing the resistance is a great way to just make sure things are flowing smoothly and that you're not sabotaging your own success. Take care, my friends. I'll talk to you soon.